So you showed me a lot of the stuff in the material you had available with attributes and stuff like that. Where do I actually find that myself, or where is that stored in the database? Where can I do all that stuff?
So you want to do a little bit more diving into our software. Okay, so let's take a look into Jedox Web at the left side. I organized this here in a split screen so that I have the front end for Jedox Web on the left side and the front end for Excel at the right side. Currently you see at the right side already data, and the left side you see our goal from our previous lesson. And here I would like to go and navigate to the so-called modeler. And this is the look into the database where our data is really stored and where we find all the particular little pieces, dimension, cubes, elements. And I have to navigate down to a database. We are using our Acme Data Online, and you see the most common objects we are using are dimensions and cubes, so we can expand dimensions.
Yeah, the dimensions were the structural part, and the
Correct.
cubes are where the data is saved.
Exactly. When I expand cubes, you see there are already some cubes available.
Okay.
So we have the structure here, like month, product, customer, and we have also cubes, sales data, status, exchange rates. Let's take a closer look to our product dimension. So when I click here, you find the element. And this element has a specific type with this little icon, indicates that it's consolidated. And you remember we talked about hierarchy. So definitely I'm able to drill down the hierarchy. I have a level where I have bikes and components. I can even expand bikes. And bikes has mountain bikes and road bikes and so on. And when I expand mountain bikes, you see that the bikes are now the base elements, because I cannot go deeper. So here I am at a base element. The base element has another type. It's 1, 2, 3. It indicates that it's a numeric element, so I can store values. This is what we want to do. And here in this modeler, you find also, when I move this a little bit to the right, you see we have color, so an attribute. We have a product manager, and we have a nice speaking name. In this case, it's the same name, right, for the sample here. So when I go down to a cube, sales data, for example, I can see that this cube is using month, product, customer, channel, version, measure as dimensions. And this is how the data storage is created inside the memory. So with this structure dimensions, the cube can use the elements as coordinates and is creating many cells. In our case, it's this amount of cells.
Okay, that's quite a few.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this, but currently we have 300,000 plus values stored. It's okay, it's a lot. And it's still a small cube. Now
one thing, so you said this is where it's stored, and we have these dimensions here as coordinates. So we see here that it's month, product, customer, and so on. Do I have to keep that order in mind, or does the system automatically know where to find something when I'm looking for my data? Can I just put in all customers, all channels in whatever order I want, or how is that?
Yeah, a good question. I guess we solve this in more detail in one of our next sessions.
Okay.
But in general, you can say you can build as you want at the beginning. It makes sense to order them logically, so that when you use the same dimension in multiple cubes, that you order in common dimension, always use at the top, and more specific one at the bottom, so that it looks nicer. When I take a look to the right side, and this is now the next piece here, when I use the so-called ad hoc view on the data, this guy can work fully dynamically with any order. And later in another session, we are working also on reports we are going to build by ourselves. There, especially for maintenance purposes, the order is important.
Okay.
But when you start something, technically you are free, but at the for maintenance in the middle of a project, you should stay with the order. This brings me to the right side. Because I promised the values in the cube, and there they are. So the quantity, the gross profit, and the price is stored somewhere. Actually, now we know it's not only somewhere, it's really in the cube. It's in the sales data. So we are looking at the sales data cube in our database, and we see for all products, the quantity is 1.3 million. So it's rolled up, and I can actually drill down the all products.
Oh,
so
and that looks the same as when you showed it
exactly.
on... Okay,
yeah. So when I go here, you can immediately see this is really the same structure here. And also gross profit, I can expand. And you see we have sales and cost of sales. And the gross profit is the subtracted result. Yeah, so with the factor. So sales is 232 million, and we subtract 149. So we have a gross profit of 83 million.
Okay, could you show me that here on the other side in this modeler?
In the modeler, the factor-driven hierarchy is looking like this. We have a gross profit, sales, and cost of sales. And here is the factor. It's called weight here, but it's the same.
Okay.